Just get started. We're gonna have, if you do have props for your practice, you want to grab 2 blocks. So you might use blocks. We have some blocks over there in the corner if you want to grab some. And we are doing a Vinyasa Yoga 201, 301 practice. So we'll be working on some arm balances and inversions. We're gonna be working on a crow. We're gonna be working on firefly. Hey, good to see you. And so we'll also be working on some basic inversions as you continue this Monday night class with me. So I would love to see you if you're joining me on this video to turn your video on. Otherwise, comment and tell me how your practice is going so we can work on some pointers and some tips for next Monday night. It's always going to be Mondays at 5:45 for this Vinyasa 201 practice. I stream it live to my Facebook, Lisa Ware Yoga for Love, and then also to my Instagram at Yoga for Love Lisa. So join me there and make sure you share it with anybody that might benefit. I'm going to continue to do these practices because we really need each other as part of our goddess tribe during these crazy times. And so I'm just really excited to be here with you all tonight. And let's go ahead and just get started. We're going to just begin seated on our mat. I'm going to tilt my camera angle just a little bit here for y'all. All right. So we're going to find our easy seated. And go ahead and begin to settle your hips down into your mat. Relax your shoulders back and away from your ears. And let's turn our palms open onto our lap. Begin to just soften your breath. Close your eyes. Yay, we're at yoga. It's always the best, right? So today, just let everything that's on your mind go. Anything that's on your heart, just lift that up as part of your intention for your practice today. Begin to just drop in. And let this be time just for you. Connecting your mind, your body, your spirit, connecting all 4 of your bodies, mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical, through our practice of yoga. Begin to feel your breath coming into your navel and puffing out your belly as you breathe. Bring the breath all the way into the back of the kidneys, softening the belly. And then begin exhaling everything out. Dropping the tailbone down toward the earth. Continue breath in and breath out. See if you can focus on lengthening your breath. So you're going to make the inhales fuller, come all the way up the top of the chest. Breathe in a tiny bit more without pushing or forcing. And then slowly move right into your exhale. Squeezing out the breath. Tuck your pubic bone toward your navel and soften through the low back. Lengthening through the crown of the head and your heart center. But try not to compromise the shape of your pelvis by allowing your pelvis just to slightly tilt forward and creating some softness in your sacral chakra. Feel your belly moving as you breathe. A lot of us are chest breathers. And I was a chest breather even after practicing yoga for like 6, 8 years. And so just a lot of times we reverse breathe, like we breathe in and we just don't feel it in our belly. And so really focus on trying to fix that by just breathing all the way into your belly. And it takes some practice because when you breathe, your belly's going to actually expand. When you exhale, your belly button is going to come in toward your spine. So just continue that. Exhaling everything out. Squeeze every bit of breath out. We'll do one last big inhale and exhale, focusing here. Palms open for receiving or palms down for grounding. Let's go ahead and make our way into a child's pose. So coming into an all fours position, Tuck your toes under. Reach your hands forward, shoulder distance apart, and press back through the heels and let your head drop. Spreading out those fingers nice and wide. Spreading out your toes. Just take a moment here just to ground yourself into your child's pose. If you'd like, you can wrap your arms around your body and turn your head to the side, giving your shoulders a little break if that feels better for you. And just gently rock side to side. And breathe here. Melting your body down. Either extending the arms or letting them wrap around your body. We're going to begin to move through some core flow. So begin to come into your active child's pose. Hands are shoulder width apart, feet are shoulder width apart, toes are tucked under. And then on your inhale, begin to lengthen through your legs, coming into down dog. But try not to come forward into a box shape like that. So when you come up, you're going to keep that V shape and come into your downward facing dog or mountain shape. On your exhale, we're going to lower the knees to a hover. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower. Keep that long line of energy from your wrist to your elbow, to your shoulder, to your ribs, to your tailbone, up toward the sky. And just moving with your breath. Inhaling up. Exhaling lower. 2 more. You don't have to come down very far, so it could just look like just a little bend and release. Or it can be a nice deep turbo dog. And back up. On our exhale, we're going to look forward at the hands, lift the toes, walk, hop, or float to forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Nice long back, lengthening the head, neck, and shoulders. I'm going to scooch back here so you can see me. On our exhale, slide our hands down into forward fold. And let the head, neck, and shoulders drop. Shake it out. Drop into ragdoll. And we're just gently rock side to side. You can also grab opposite elbows like Amber's doing here. And that'll help to form a little frame around our face. Let your body just drop out. Bend the knees. Arms out, all the way up, and reach the sky. Big breath in, take a back bend. Let's exhale, hands come to our heart. We're going to come into Samastitihi, feet together at the top of our mat. Breathing here. Take a moment to set our intention for our practice. Lighten your toes. So inhale, reach up. On our exhale, go ahead and step that left foot back and come right into Warrior 2. Deepen your stance and settle down into the legs. Breathing here. Take a reverse warrior. Exhale back, Warrior 2. Let's do that a couple times through. Inhale, reverse. And back. One more. And exhale, back to Warrior 2. Taking it a side angle. Front forearm is going to rest on the thigh. And the back arm is going to reach up and over. Heel toe your foot down the mat a little bit longer. And spin your pinky down, opening the space between the ear and the center of your shoulder. Breathe here. On our exhale, taking it down and around. And breathe, reach up. Exhaling it around. Inhale, reach. And around, one more. Reach. Exhale down, use your root lock. Inhale, come up, exhale back, Warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Let's come down, windmill the arms. Step back, chaturanga. Exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. Facing dog, and pedal it out. Walk the legs, walk your dog. Breathe here. Let's come to the middle of our mat, come into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in half, finding your ragdoll, or again, grabbing your opposite elbows. And just gently rock side to side. Bend your knees. Reverse swan dive out. Then up, take that back bend. Exhale, returning to Samastitihi. Steady and strong posture at the top of our mat. Feet together, heels slightly apart, rolling inner thighs forward. Find your breath. Again, focus on the intention for your practice. Coming back to the top of our mat. Inhale, reaching up, take that back bend. Exhale, far-reaching mountain pose. Find your focal point forward. Hands are about shoulder width apart. Go ahead and step that right foot back into warrior one. And then wrist open right up into warrior two and deepen that stance. This time you can be facing the other way, or you can turn around on your mat and sink a little deeper. Lighten your toes. Breathe in, take left palm up, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, take a reverse warrior. Exhale, back, find your warrior two. Let's take one more time. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, back, find your warrior two. Come right into that side angle. Inhale, reach and extend. Work your right foot deeper down the mat and find that nice long line of energy. Spiraling the pinky to face down and opening that space between the ear and the shoulder and create that nice long line of energy. The flat part of your bone of your forearm is resting on the flat part of your thigh. Breathe here. Let's bring it down and around. Big circles, opening that side body. And bringing it down. And reach. Back around. Inhale, extend. Last time. Exhale, down and around. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, use your root block and back to warrior two. Nice long arms. Gazing, arms level with horizon. Toes are light. Gaze is strong. Good. Let's take a reverse warrior. Let's come down and through our vinyasa. Stepping back. Inhale, plank. Exhale, right into your chaturanga. Inhale, come into your upward facing dog. Hips to the sky. Downward facing dog, and just pedal the legs. Alternate pressing out the heels, walking it out. Let's take a little variation here, widening the feet. Bring the hands a little closer together. Now we're going to walk our hands back a little bit closer to our toes. Inhale, reach your right hand around and grab your left calf, shin, or ankle. And then twist. Keep that right elbow nice and strong. Breathe. Bring it back to down dog. Pedal it out. Nice long full breath. Go ahead and widen the feet. Toes wide, thumbs together. And lift and open the shoulders. Now try not to let your shoulders collapse. So you're not dropping your chest into an arch. You're still keeping the integrity of your shoulder open. So you're rolling the index finger and your thumb toward the ground. And you're rolling the eye of your elbow toward the sky. Reach your right hand to that left ankle or shin and twist. You can deepen by pulling through the elbow. Keep that left arm strong and straight. Spread out those fingers and ground through your whole palm. Come back to your down dog. And pedal it out. Nice work. You can stay here. You can flow through your vinyasa one time, or you can move into an active child's pose and take a moment to find your breath. Any variation here that feels good. So Amber's going to demonstrate active child's pose. If you want to move through 4 breaths in a flow, just follow me here. Exhale, chaturanga, upward facing. And hips to the sky, downward facing. And flow through one more time, or hold your child's pose, or hold your down dog. High plank, chaturanga, urdhva mukha, adho mukha. Remember to use your ujjayi breath during your practice. Let's meet in downward facing dog. So coming on up, if you're in your child's pose, spread out those fingers. On the inhale, look forward, exhale, walk, hop, or jump to the middle of your mat. Let's take a half lift. Nice long back, making a nice long L shape. On the exhale, bring your feet about shoulder width, and we're going to drop into forward fold. Slide your hands down the back of your body and deepen. Let the head drop out. Shake it out. Breathe here. Hug it in a little tighter if you'd like to by taking your fingertips down towards your Achilles tendons and tucking your elbows behind your knees. Bend the knees. Reverse swan dive. Out then up. Take an optional back bend. Coming back to Samastitihi. Nice. Hands to heart center.
and feet together at the top of the mat. Heels again slightly apart, and roll those inner thighs forward and breathe. In and out through the nose. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Let's move through our vinyasa one more time, and then we're going to begin to move into some of our arm balance preps. So coming back to this first side that you started with, just reach up to the sky, take that back bend. Exhale to far-reaching mountain pose, Utthita Hastasana. Hands are reaching far and wide toward the sky, shoulder width. Let's step that left foot back, dropping into warrior two. Nice deep stance, open hips. Settle in. Lighten those toes. And you're kind of peeling the mat from front to back by pulling the heels apart. Now for those of you that have been practicing with me for a while, I'd like you to take a notice of where your hip bones are. Touching your fingertips to the rim of your pelvis. And then just bring that front hip bone up and sink down a little further. Then add your extension. Nice. Good. Lighten your toes. Ujjayi breath. Let's take reverse warrior. Today, let's just bring our hands straight up. And we're going to move right into a reverse triangle, straightening that leg and reach to the sky. Try not to crease in that left side body, so lift up and out instead. Just let your left hand be there for support. You can wrap it around your inner thigh if you'd like to here. Back to warrior two, bending that knee. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, warrior two, one more time. Inhale, reverse triangle. Let's come right into Trikonasana and windmill into your full triangle. Palm can be open. This is where you can grab that block, setting it down with the instep of your foot. Use that to gain a little bit more balance and push down, lifting up and out into your triangle. Beautiful. Toes are light. Breath is strong. Gaze is up or to the side. If you have any neck injuries, just gaze down at the ground. Breathing here. Let's take a half bind on your triangle. Spinning the head of our shoulder open. So what happens a lot of times is we do the half bind and the shoulder rolls in. We're going to tuck the shoulder blades together and open the heart. If you'd like to take that full bind, soften your right knee in so it's not locked. And reach up and under. We're taking Ganesha grip, so all four fingers are going to hook together behind your back leg. Breathe here. Options for binding. Let's come back to triangle. Let's go ahead and take a twist in that triangle. This is a deep IT band stretch. So we're going to take our hand down to the block or the ground. Both hands are going to be on the inside edge of the right foot. Ground down fully, so flatten your block out. And then right hand to the sky. Woo, mama. You feel that? Yeah, you've been sitting a lot or driving. Oh, yeah. Breathe. You might want to shorten your stance if it's a little too much. That actually made it more intense. So that kind of was counterproductive. Let's come back and go ahead and just come right into a pyramid. So taking both blocks on either side of the foot. We're going to step part way up so the feet are only about 18 inches apart. Lift, halfway, long, strong back, and then exhale and forward. Shake it out. Lighten your toes. Ujjayi breath. Nice. Let's go ahead and move our blocks out. We're going to step to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Forward fold in half. We're just going to hang out either in ragdoll or halfway lift for a few breaths. You can grab opposite elbows if that feels good here. Forming a little frame around your face. Go ahead and take your blocks up to the top of your mat so you'll have them ready for you again. When you're ready, reverse swan dive out, then up. Take that back bend. Hands come to our heart. And again, we're returning to Samasthiti, feet together, heels are slightly apart, and roll those inner thighs toward each other to ground through the large muscles of the legs. Find your intention for your heart-centered practice today. Let's bring our feet to shoulder width and reach up, finding our far-reaching mountain pose. Exhale, right foot steps into warrior two. Nice long stance, heel-toe feet further apart, and settle down into the legs. Now again, check your hips here. So touching the rim of your pelvis with the two fingers, and the thumb goes on the back of the iliac crest. So we're just going to tilt the pelvis until the pelvis comes into more of a neutral, and then sink down. Now add your extension. Breathe. A little bit of a game changer, right? Yeah, so that really helps to get deeper into those proper muscles and fire up the muscles that are the assisting and the synergists in your warrior two. See if you can relax your back glute. So you're still holding your pose, but you're not squeezing that butt. Let's take a reverse warrior. And then come right into that reverse triangle. Reach. We're going to kind of do a little tick-tock body movement here for this vinyasa. Back to warrior two. Reverse triangle. Virabhadrasana 2 to reverse Trikonasana or Urdhva, far-reaching, Utthita. So Sanskrit is kind of fun because you have so many different ways you can say something and mean the same thing. Let's come into our warrior two, back to our reverse triangle. We're going to come right into triangle and just windmill those arms. Now this is where you want to use some support and catch with your block so you can really ground down. And then take the fingertips nice and wide up toward the sky. Breathe here. Either gazing down, gazing to the side, or gazing up. Ujjayi breath. Half bind. Now again, watch that shoulder. It's going to want to roll in. So tuck those shoulder blades together and continue to open in your bind. Soften your left knee. Option for a full bind. Hooking the hands around the back body. Now you could move right into bird of paradise today, but that's not where we're going today. But if you wanted to, you can try that. Hopping that right foot up to the left and extending that left foot to the sky. Breathe here. Drop your hand down. Come back to triangle. Supporting on the ground or your block. And we're going to come right into that reverse triangle. I guess it would be a twisted triangle, Parivrtta. Okay, so step a little bit in. And then we're going to take both hands down. Grab your block. Maybe set it flat or stack two blocks. Your choice. Right hand comes down. Left hand comes to the sky. And spin. Woo! That's intense.
That's the tight side.
It's the tight side. Yeah, we all have one side that's tighter. Breathe. Keep your knees a little bit soft. So there's a tiny micro bend there. Just to protect your knee joint. Exhale. Grab your other block or touch the ground on either side of your ankle. We're going to come into pyramid. Hop halfway in. So there's only about 18 inches between your feet. Lengthen halfway. Nice long back. Breathe in and then fold into your pyramid. Drop it out. And releasing and softening. Tiny lift. And then drop in. Let's go ahead and move our props out. Step to forward, fold, inhale, halfway lift. And then let's just fold in half. Feet are about shoulder width apart. You can grab opposite elbows, find ragdoll, or again you can deepen by dropping in to Uttanasana by assisting with the arms. Shake the head, release your toes. Bend the knees, roll up like a ragdoll. Nice and slow. Trace the front of your body. Chin is tapped to chest. Head comes up last. Let's reach.
Knees are soft. Back in. And come back to Samasthiti. Beautiful work. Nice. How do you feel? Good? All right, so you're ready for some fun preps? So we'll be doing some arm balances here. So take a moment and hydrate. Grab your drink if you have one, which I need to grab my drink. It's over. I don't have a drink over here. I have my watermelon water in the refrigerator. Watermelon strawberry water.
Oh, yummy.
Yes. It's very effervescent.
Oh.
It's gonna make me burp.
Yeah.
I don't drink a lot of sparkling water. These aren't as sparkling as Topo Chicos though. Just total sidebar. Do you like Topo Chicos?
I don't think I've really tried it.
Okay, they're good. So the mineral water is always great to replenish you on a mineral level as well as just hydrate you. But be careful with all the bubbles.
Yeah.
So let's come back into our Samasthiti. Breathe here. And let's release. Come into mountain pose. Just shake it out. Just release the wrists, shake it out. Shake the hips out. Stomp it out. So grounding here, we're going to reach the skies. Take a couple of vinyasas, just flowing up. And then exhale, swan diving down. Reverse swan dive up. And let's come into a chair. Heel toe feet a little closer in. Breathing here. Let's begin to get our energy up by lifting the arms up and then exhaling back. Inhale up and back. And inhale and back, flowing with the hips, staying buoyant. And back. Let's do two. And back. Last one. And release. Inhale to standing. And exhale. Feet wide, forward fold all the way down. Shake it up. So now the energy is up. Let's go ahead and heel toe feet a little closer in and come down into monkey pose. So monkey pose is like a crouch. It's different than low goddess because low goddess our feet are wide and our heels are in. So in monkey pose our knees are still forward. So we're going to do a forward facing and then a wide leg arm balance. The forward facing will be our Bakasana. And so moving into crow. So many, I don't know if you have ever done crow. Mention in the comments if this is new for you. Have you been working on your crow practice?
I have.
Okay. So one of the preps I like to do is taking two blocks, putting them flat, and using them as a little perch. So imagine you're a raven or a crow, and you're just gonna hop up onto your little perch. So now I'm on my little perch. Cork blocks and bamboo blocks work best for this. If you have foam ones, they kind of give, so they're not the best, but it'll do in a pinch, but be careful because I don't want you falling off your blocks. So coming to your fingertips here. Now we're going to work on Ujjayi breathing, and we're going to work on Uddiyana Bandha. So from here, we're going to place our palms flat. We're going to inhale and connect the backs of our knees to the backs of our armpits, right at the very, very, very top of our tricep. Breathe in. We're going to exhale, rock forward, and come onto tippy toes on your blocks. Keep those knees connected to your blocks. Now you don't have to use your blocks, but it gives you a little bit more of a launching pad. We're going to exhale, rock forward, and lift up the right toes. Inhale, rock back. Keep those knees connected to the back of your arm. Exhale, rock forward. Lift your left toes. So you may or may not want to use your blocks. I'm going to take them out. So if you feel like you're just going to continue to work with the blocks, just stay there, inhaling, and then exhaling, lifting one foot. Inhaling back, exhaling, lifting the other. It really helps to point your toes, okay? Rest when you need to. All right, big breath in. We're going to come into full crow. Exhale, dropping forward and lifting your toes off the ground and flying. If you begin to straighten the arms, you can move more into crane. Ujjayi breath.
and out through the nose. Lift, lift, lift. Belly button to spine. Release when you're ready. Come down, and we're going to come into low goddess. So take a moment here, heels in, toes out. You can grab your blocks and tuck them underneath your heels. And come in here and just rest in low goddess for a few breaths, in and out through the nose. Inhale all the way to the top of your breath, pausing at the top. Exhale all the way out. Squeeze, 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 belly button to spine. Pausing at the bottom. Inhaling all the way. Pause at the top. Exhale everything out. Squeeze it out. Belly button to spine. One more time. Big belly breath. All the way to the top of your breath. Pause at the top. Take a tiny bit more air in. And exhale everything out. Squeezing it out. We're going to move back into crow one more time. So you can use your props again or not. Totally up to you. Coming into monkey pose. And again, connect the very back of your tricep as close to your armpit as possible to your knee. And that you're going to keep that connection the whole time. So you're going to breathe in and then exhale, lift up. And maybe just do one leg at a time. It helps me to place the bony part of my knee on the bony part of my arm. Breathing in. On your exhale is where you lift off. Strong, full breath. If you're just beginning this practice, I used to do this with pillows in front of me.
Yeah, I fell one time.
Yeah, it's not so fun. But you're not that far, so it's not super scary to fall. I mean, you think it's scarier than it is, and you're like, oh, okay, well, I just fell, no big deal. But falling is part of our practice. It's part of us learning, right? So let's come back into low goddess and rest. Come through a mini vinyasa flow. Coming into a full plank or a kneeling plank. You can step back into kneeling, or you can tuck the toes and come into your full plank. Breathe here. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing. Open your heart. And downward facing dog. Kiss the sky. And just pedal out the legs. Walking it out. Walk into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Slide your hands down the back of your body and fold. Shake it out. Bend your knees. Reverse swan dive. And take that little back bend, knees soft. Hands come back to our heart. Samasthiti, steady and strong posture. Checking in. And then releasing to mountain pose and just shaking it out. Release it out. Grab a drink. Take a moment to hydrate. Let's take a big breath and reach up. Swan dive and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in half. Let's widen the feet. We're going to make an L shape with our hands. So the thumbs are going to be out, the forefingers are going to be together. And we're going to take and drop our hands between the knees and take that little L shape right behind the Achilles tendon. And then just sit back. So this is your prep for your firefly. So sitting back onto your elbows, you're going to move your drink. Because we're not going to kick that over. So we're going to sit back and then begin to just bring your toe in into Bujapidasana and back. And then bring your other toe in just to the midline and back. So practice with that a couple times. Coming into Bujapidasana is a good prep for your firefly. How are you doing? So you're gonna just lean back, yeah,
It's always like I
and
want
lean onto your elbows. So you're gonna sit onto your elbows. So get your elbows up underneath your booty. Yeah, there you go. Now just bring your toe in to the middle.
Okay, okay.
There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Really. So it's a start.
Definitely
Right?
start,
It's a
yes,
start.
yes.
So you're gonna get confident there. As you begin, you can begin to move into full Bujapidasana where you're bringing both toes together.
Ah.
And then you can move into half firefly, where one leg comes out, and then you're gonna switch. And then we're gonna move into full firefly. So, there's your posture. And then you can just kind of slide out or come back out the way you came in. So, let's go ahead and try that again. Coming back in to a halfway lift. Fold in half. Take a little vinyasa. Reverse swan dive. And let's fold in half all the way down. Go ahead and widen the feet a little bit. Toes turn slightly out, just enough, just so you can get your hands between the legs. Again, making little L shapes with your hands. Come back. There's several ways to get into this. This is just one that I found that's really easy to teach. It's a lot of wrist flexion.
Yeah.
So what you can do, if your wrists are getting tired, you're gonna come into almost like a goddess squat and push your wrists forward and your fingertips are gonna be toward you. Just give yourself a little break there. And just shake it out. This is really good for corporal tunnel because corporal tunnel has to do with a lot of those little ganglion cysts getting up into the wrists. If you like cut hair or you type a lot, then you can have a tendency to get the energy stuck up in your wrists. And so this helps to release that. But it does hurt, but it's okay. You get over it, you get used to it, and you get stronger, right? So let's go ahead and come up onto the tippy toes. Take that little L shape behind the back of your heels. You're gonna have to place your palm completely flat. This time I'm gonna go sideways just a little bit so you can see. So the palm is totally flat, and I'm gonna lean back onto the back of my arms. Heel tuck feet closer in, coming into Bujapidasana. And then you can come into half firefly on either side. And then your full posture. And just breathe here. Coming back in. And we'll come back to forward fold.
There goes Amber.
And just release here. Take our little flow. And just let go. There's nothing to do. There's no purpose to do firefly. It's just for fun. Let's come back into monkey pose. Nice work. Good job. So you can continue to play with that as you get stronger. Comment where you're kind of getting hung up, and we'll help you here when we come back and see your comments. Go ahead and walk into a plank on your knees. Stepping back. We're going to lower the heart center down to the ground like a caterpillar. Chest kissing the earth. Then your chin, and flatten the whole body out. Rest your forehead. Sweep our hands back into crocodile and widen the feet. Palms are up, resting either on the chin or the forehead, and just gently sway. And breathe. In and out through the nose. So we're going to move into prone posture here. Toes go straight back about hips distance apart. This is why I don't drink a lot of Topo Chicos before my practice or during my practice. But turn your palms down. We're going to come into locust and lift and reach and breathe here. Nice. Sweep the arms back, lift and fly. Spread out the toes. One more big lift. Release back to your crocodile. Makrasana. Makrasana is really more like a river monster. So it could be a crocodile, it could be even something of lore. You can imagine you're either in the salt water or the fresh water, whatever feels good for you right now. And let's come back in, locust posture, and lift. Coming in for an option to come into Dhanurasana bow, or Dhanurasana. This is an uplifting bow. Kick. And breathe. Two more breaths. And release. Come back to your crocodile. Nice. Gently rock. In and out through the nose. And coming back, locust or upward facing bow, your choice. Whatever feels best for your back and your body. Take about 5 deep full breaths here. Last 2 breaths if you want to transition to your bow. Big inhale. And release. Let's go ahead and turn over to our back side. And let's go ahead and hug our knees into our chest. A nice big hug. Apanasana. Knees to chest. Take a big sigh. Inhale. 2 more. Big inhale. Sigh it out. Make some noise. And 1 more. And gently rock from side to side. Let's crisscross right over left and grab behind the left thigh, coming into a reverse pigeon. Crisscross the ankle bone right over the femur and push your right knee toward the bottom of your mat. Just hugging it in. Let's release and switch. Other side, crisscross left over right. Reach back and hug it in. Nice. Gently rock. Pressing the left knee toward the bottom of the mat, hug your ankle towards your right shoulder. Gently softening, releasing, coming back. Let's come into a bridge. So centering your heels about shoulder widths apart. Reach your hands towards your heels, but not actually touching them. And then tuck your shoulder blades underneath you. Now that might create a back bend, but what you want to do, or an arch, what you want to do is push your tailbone down to create some more space in your back. On the in-breath, lift your pubic bone, then the mid-back, then the upper ribs. Tuck your chin into Jalandhara Bandha, chin to chest. Scoop your shoulder blades together and relax your shoulders down into the earth. You can bind your hands together here. Lifting chin to chest. And breathe. Relax through your shoulders. In and out through the nose. Toes are light. Big, huge breath. Roll down. Bone by bone by bone. Hug it in. 3 all breaths. Breath in. 2 more. Breath in. Big sigh. Let's come into reclining butterfly. Feet together, knees apart. Grab your ankles or your feet. And then gently soften the hips, gently rocking from side to side, hugging your ankles toward you.
When you're ready, keep the bind to your feet and release the feet down to the ground. And let's take and just press the heel of your hand into the crease near where your femur meets the acetabulum of your hip. And we're going to push down, straight, not toward the ground, but toward the bottom of your mat. And what you're doing is creating a traction to the back of your sacral chakra and your sacrum of your spine. And that creates some space. Soften. Exhale, press. Take the heel of the hand and find that femur and push it straight down to the bottom of your mat. And inhale, release. We'll do that one more. Down toward the bottom of your mat, away from the crown of your head. And release. Take and make a downward facing triangle. And then what we're going to do is touch all the fingers together, and we're going to tuck the middle fingertips in so that the fingernails on the middle fingertip touch. I'm going to show you close up what that looks like. This is the Yoni Mudra. So it looks like this is upside down, but to you it's going to be right side up. So there you go. So you're going to take the Yoni Mudra and you're going to just release and set your hand right down onto your sacral chakra. So take a moment there. Even if you're not practicing with us, practicing mudra is yoga for your hands. So it's a beautiful practice just to even try the mudras. Breathe here. If you have the blocks next to you, you can take and tuck a block underneath each of your knees, between the crease of your knee and the crease of your calf. Give your hips some support. It feels so good. Deep, full breath. Let yourself just surrender. Touching all of the fingertip points and then the middle fingernails touching. It makes a little heart inside your little Yoni Mudra. Put your elbow. A few more breaths here. Just dropping in. One more big inhale and exhale. And let's hug me. Just gently rock. We're going to roll over onto one side and come into baby pose. Then rest your head on your bottom arm. You can just stay here if you'd like for the remainder of your practice. Or you can roll into Shavasana after a few breaths, coming into corpse pose. Or you can come back into reclining butterfly. I invite you now just to drop in and just rest. Turn off all of the stuff that's coming at you, all of the notifications on your phone, all of the notifications on media, all of that stuff. Just stop, withdraw, go within. Take this time for you. You need it. We all so deeply need it. I invite you to stay there. While I come into seated, I'm going to just work with you a little bit on a mantra as you're in your final relaxation. This is the very first mantra that's ever really was given to me from the beautiful hugging saint Amma, and it's the Om Loka. So this one is all about everywhere our actions give a ripple out into the world, and that ripple becomes peace. Alexa, off. So if you'd like to join me in seated, or you can stay relaxing where you're at. Let's do 2 more ohms, and then we'll do the mantra, and I can call it, you can respond wherever you're at. I don't care if your family thinks you're crazy. Just try it out loud. It makes such a difference in your body when you hear your mantra. 2 more ohms. Big breath in. Om. big breath. So the mantra goes like this. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. So I'm going to call it out. You can respond. I'm just going to give you a moment to respond. And the Om usually has an Om. So you can do the two-part Om. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May our right actions shine upon the world and just bringing peace, joy, harmony, love. Let's bring our hands to our heart center. And there's lots of different ways to chant different mantras. You can look them up on YouTube and find lots of different chants. One will really resonate with you, and learn it to music. That is how mantras are meant to be chanted. They're metered. They're in meters of 8. They're perfect, divine, downloaded mathematical language of Sanskrit. So I invite you to look up the Om Loka Samasta and start to really work with that mantra, especially in these crazy times right now. We really need to tap into something much greater than ourselves. So with that being said, that's my gift to you, is to take the Om Loka and embed that in your heart, embed that in your mind, embed that in your voice, so that you are that right action of peace in the world. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Thank you, Amber, for demoing and being here. It's always such a pleasure to see each of you, and we shall see you on the next live. Bye.